Big Country Politics on KTAB continues.
And welcome back to Big Country Politics, and today taking a look at exactly that, local politics. We're joined now by the newly elected Democratic Party Chair for Taylor County, Elizabeth Smyser. Elizabeth, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be included.
All right, very good. So here in Taylor County, you just won your election, so you did have one opponent.
Yes.
For folks out there who might not know what the local party does, what exactly does the local party do?
Sure. Well, the local party does quite a bit to engage within the community. Obviously, we put forth, the larger democratic message, things that we believe in and stand by, our platform. We look for ways in which to enrich our relationships within the community, give back to the community. We do fundraisers. Sometimes we assist nonprofits. We register voters. We do quite a bit of voter registration. Overall, we seek to create goodwill, good feeling, and just give back as much as possible here while representing our democratic point of view.
All right, and so here in Taylor County, Elizabeth, it's no secret, this is a red county. So I assume you're working to try to change that, kind of like the state is in the midst of perhaps a change, right?
Sure. Representing, the Democratic Party within a county that has in the past, or within the most recent past, voted, often Republican by, majority. We are looking to change things. We are looking to have our ideas and our party represented here. We're looking to find candidates, fill spots, whether it be, in the future county commissioners court or our Texas House of Representatives or Congress. These are things that we're seeking to do within, Abilene and the larger Taylor County. We want to encourage as much voter turnout as possible, and that's how we really believe we can make that happen, is by encouraging as many voters to vote, because as we know, in Texas, we're not a red or blue state, we are a non-voting state, and the more people participate, the better our politics are and is.
Yeah, so this was interesting this last Super Tuesday. There was really not a whole bunch, if not any at all, Democrats on the local level. So we're talking about county commissioners and 104th District Judge and the sheriff. There were no Democrats running. So Republicans essentially chose those spots. What are your thoughts on folks switching parties just for that election?
Well, I encourage participation. I encourage free thought and free speech as much as possible. I think there were people that were motivated, to vote on the Republican side. We have a lot of friends and neighbors here, and wanted to have a say in that election. We are working to try to garner our own candidates for those positions. And those come from a strong base. And so attracting, more people to our message and to our party, and, letting people know that we advocate for, the values of working class people, everyday American values. Will continue to build that base here, and you will start to see more Democratic candidates across the board.
Okay.
It'll take some time, but we're going to put in the work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it came to Super Tuesday here in Texas, the results as far as the presidential race, were you surprised at them?
I don't know. I tried to go into that race without any expectations, and I had a lot of friends, ask me, well, what do you think? How should I vote? How should I do this? And the best advice I received was, to vote your heart. What is it you feel? Who's the candidate that you feel best represents you? We had a wide variety, an amazingly ceiling-breaking variety of candidates in that race. We had an LGBTQ candidate. We had women, in that race. We had people of color. I mean, it was an amazing field of diversity. And so, that in itself was an accomplishment. For the candidate that Texas chooses, You know, this is the vote of the people, and we want to continue to, you know, encourage as much participation as possible. You know, we hope to build as much unity and as many coalitions as possible within Texas to get us a good candidate and a national candidate. So.
All right, so now it's down to a two-man race, if you will. So it's former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Bernie Sanders, of course. What's the feeling here in Abilene amongst Democrats?
Sure.
Yeah, between them two.
Well, don't forget there is still a woman in that race.
Tulsi.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many votes she should get, but we should count no one out. You know, we've got feelings all across the board. You know, the progressive field, the Democratic field, is very wide in opinion. So we're having a very large conversation in how best to unify the party, you know, how to bring people together, because we understand that it will require, you know, inspiration, motivation. You know, we need to be able to overcome voter apathy. You know, we need to turn out the voters. We need to be able to make relationships and friendships, and I think choosing the candidate is very important and very difficult. So, you know, here in Taylor County, we have people on both sides fighting quite ardently for both of their candidates.
And I've even seen some Pete signs around town before,
Yeah.
and so there was a wider variety, like you said.
Absolutely, and you know, again, I feel that is something to strongly celebrate. That, you know, when we tell our kids that, you know, even you can be president one day. You know, to see so many people running for office, you know, with that opportunity that they might be president. I mean, I think that representation is really encouraging, you know, to all of us.
Very good. Just your overall thoughts on the candidate that Democrats think who can beat President Trump. You know, what's that thought right now?
Well, I'll be transitioning as county chairperson officially in June. You know, my job and the job of the party will be to rally as much as possible behind whichever candidate is chosen. You know, definitely, you know, people are considering as individuals, you know, what strategy they feel will work best, and that's, you know, how individuals are voting, and that's how larger organizations are, you know, mobilizing their efforts. I think that, you know, the candidate that we need will need to be able to inspire, again, a wide variety of opinion. You know, people will need to really identify with and get behind that message. You know, and as someone who knocks doors and shakes hands and you know is very fervent about asking for that vote, I know that I personally need to have a candidate that inspires me to work that extra mile, because it will be a challenge and we need to be prepared for that.
All right, and when we come back here on Big Country Politics, we'll talk a little bit more about the local politics and what's happening on that scope. So stay right here.